Hello, everybody, and welcome to Cyberpunk 2020. We are going to start a new game, and we are going to call it, this game session here is called Friday Night Repo. So we are going to take on the roles of some cyberpunks from Cyberpunk 2020, written by Mike Pondsmith, published by El Tarsorian Games, which you can still get on DriveThruRPG and their main website. I will have that listed in my descriptions. Real quick, I'm going to give you, I'm going to turn everything over to two of my players real quick before we continue much further, starting with Spartacus.
Hi folks, I'm Spartacus, and I'm going to be playing the character of Jackson Creed. Do you want me to give his backstory already? Or
Yep, go ahead and introduce us to Mr. Creed.
Jackson Creed, he was, what?
You can review your notes.
Okay. Jackson Creed, he grew up in a pirate fleet before both his parents are still alive. He's got two older brothers. One hates him, the other one just doesn't care. He was actually, his parents are from a pirate fleet, I should say, and he actually grew up on a corporate farm. Sorry, I have...
Here, would you like me to do it?
No, I'm just kind of,
okay.
I'm just reviewing them because I looked at them before, but yeah.
Okay.
He at one point in time he did have a girlfriend, but that didn't end so well. It's her fault, not his.
Oh my god.
Narcissist.
Hey, it is all true. He was a part of the Ghost Flow gang, but he left.
The Ghost Flow was the pirate fleet that you became a part of. Yep.
Okay, well, he left. He left that, and he's now doing his own thing as a solo.
Okay, let me do this intro for you, Chris. Let me see if we can make this a little bit more interesting. Hang on, just a second. Okay, so here is Jackson Creed's backstory. Jackson Creed was born in Sector 22, one of the sprawling corporate agriplexes on the outskirts of Night City, owned and operated by Biotechnica, officially labeled an automated resource farming zone. The truth was less glossy. Miles of genetically engineered crops, vats, and synthetic protein fields, patrolled by low-tier security drones and maintained by generations of corporate indentured families like Jackson Creed's family. His parents, Mara and Delvin, were mid-level tech specialists, glorified crop managers with neural links to biotech growth systems, and just enough clearance to oversee maintenance drones. They were company loyalists, not out of ideology, but out of necessity. Biotechnica kept a tight grip on its assets, employees included. They knew the rules: don't stir the pot, meet your metrics, and maybe, just maybe, you get your performance bonus and eddies instead of extra work shifts. He has two older brothers, Rovan and Tessin, which is the main older brother. Yep, two older brothers, Rovan and Tessin. He is the youngest of the three. Rovan, who later on became a corporate, is the oldest brother. Was a perfect corpo drone from day one, excelled at logistics, aced his neuro-optic exams, and earned a transfer to Biotechnica HQ in the corporate zone. He didn't just buy into the system, he was the system. Rovan now wears tailored suits, runs black bag audits, and pretends he doesn't know where he came from. When he looks for Jackson Creed, he's scanning a threat matrix, not talking to blood. Then there is Tessin, netrunner, middle kid, street sharp, fast talking, and born with a natural affinity for making tech to do things it was never designed to do. He ran illegal firmware patches for extra scratch and hacked vending bots to spit out premium product. Tessin was slick. Too slick. One day, he boosted a shipment of Biotechnica transport drones and vanished into the urban sprawl. Rumors say he fled to the combat zone, hooked up with a nomad pack, running smuggling ops. Others claim he works for the cyber pirate crew, raiding data convoys in the Badlands. You haven't seen him since. Then Jackson Creed joins the Ghost Flow Pirates. With Rovan gone corporate and Tessin gone rogue, Jackson was left to navigate the gray zone of life and Corp Farm, just another cog in the broken machine. But unlike Roven, he saw the systems rot, and unlike Tessin, he didn't just run from it, he planned. He dug into the Agriplex's back-end systems, filtered through the security schedules, airlock access codes, and darknet chatter. That's when they found out that the Ghost Flow, a decentralized pirate faction jacking corporate freighters and ghosting into the Pacific with high-value payloads and AI-driven trawlers. Nobody knows who ran with them, but the fleet signature, a black koi symbol left on hacked Corp systems, was becoming legend, including assassination of Corpos. It wasn't long before Jackson made contact. Now he runs with them, not because he's a punk with a death wish, but because he knows. He knows how the corps use people, strip them of identity, and brand them with cereals instead of names. He knows how kids grow up thinking a warm vat and recycled water is the height of comfort. He knows that the only way out isn't through compliance, it is through fire and code. At least he ran with them until he felt to leave, as the captain was no more different than a corporal herself named Sari Mercer. His parents, still alive, still works in the fields pretending that they don't watch the net feeds, showing his face in grainy combat footage and wanted bulletins. Roven likely filed half of those noises himself. Tessin, sometimes gets a cryptic ping after a raid, single emoji, a playing card, and an old childhood sound clip, which, by the way, emojis don't exist in this world. I don't know why that's in there. Nothing traceable, but always at the right time. Maybe he's watching, maybe he's close. In the current present day, he's not just another runaway. Jackson Creed is an enforcer in the streets of Night City, maybe even engaged in legend in the making, still against the megacorps and leaves chaos in his wake. And in the world where loyalty is currency and truth is encrypted, he's chosen his side, and this time he's not backing down. Now that's an intro.
Well, I mean, yeah. I did not notice the other complete backstory that she gave me. I just saw the one backstory, so shut up.
Okay. So, Tails, do you want to do yours? Or should I do yours?
I'm feeling a little insecure at the moment. I don't know how to respond after all that. I've read this backstory like once, and now I'm like...
I guess that's a translation to saying Tails
yes.
should do it.
Okay.
Or Tails should do it.
That's what I got out of it. All right. And everybody, well, Tails, go ahead and introduce yourself and your character real quick, and then I'll take care of it.
Hey guys, Tails here. I'll be playing your boy Rex Tenebrous, the team netrunner, the master cracker, the hacker, and unfortunately the major slacker, as he does not like to do much besides stick to honor and the network.
Oh, there we go. All right. So here's a little bit about Rex Tenebrous, everybody. He was born as the fifth child of Alaric and Serena Tenebrous, owners and overseers of one of the most prosperous corporate-controlled agricultural farms on Asteron 5. The Asteron 5 is going to be like a city somewhere, maybe a fame-up city, but not a planet. That could come off as a planet, which is the fifth installation of the city Asteron, which we don't know where that is. The farm, known as... Yep. Anyway, of Asteron, and then, yeah, I gotta edit that. So here, I'm gonna highlight that. I've read these a dozen times, and I didn't think about that.
Nice.
All right. So the farm was more than just a mere expanse of fields and grain silos. It was a miniature empire, sprawling across the horizon in artificially lit biodomes and climate-controlled crop towers, guarded by private security and governed by the strict hierarchy. Alaric Tenebrous was once ranking executive in the Biotechnica Corporation, the company that owned the land and leased it to approved families in exchange for loyalty, labor, and profit. Serena, born into the rival corporate, brought not only wealth but valuable alliances when she married into the Tenebrous name. Together, they were powerful, influential, and envied. You were raised in a household of luxury, tinged with gold discipline, education, etiquette, and loyalty to the corporate code were drilled into all 8 Tenebrous children from the moment they could walk. Every child had a role to play, be it in future management, diplomacy, or technical oversight, but beneath the surface of privilege, your family teetered on the blade's edge. It happened when you were 14. A high-level executive within Biotechnica, Director Kellerin Voss, initiated an audit and discovered supposed financial irregularities in your family's ledgers. In truth, it was a fabricated power play. Voss had long resented Alaric's rising influence and wanted the Tenebrous land and assets under his direct control. With falsified evidence, he accused your parents of embezzlement and sabotage, ordering an immediate seizure of the farm. Your parents were arrested, tried and mocked in trial, and executed within a week under the charges of treason and corporate terrorism. The Tenebrous name was struck from the shareholders' registry, their wealth confiscated, their lands were redistributed. Your world was shattered. Tenebrous siblings were scattered. The 2 oldest brothers, Darian, who is a nomad, and Merrick, who is a solo, took vastly different paths. Darian tried to fight the system, rallying support and clear your parents' names, only to vanish after boarding a AV to the corporate capital. Rumors say he joined a rebel faction. Merrick, furious at the fall, joined Biotechnica's. Hang on one second, I gotta highlight something else here. After joined Biotechnica's private military out of spite, blaming your father for dragging the family into ruin. He considers any attempt to restore the family name of betrayal. Of your 4 older sisters, Alira, who is a corporate, cold and calculated, resents you deeply. She sees you as the weakest link in the family, a sentimental liability. Venna, a fixer, is also hostile. She believes your naive optimism. Oh, this must be the newfangled Cyberpunk. Cyberpunk 2020. Venna is also hostile. She believes your naive optimism during the audit drew attention, leading to the downfall. She hasn't spoken to you in years. Sylvie, Netrunner, treats you kindly, still calls you Little Star. She took up work as a data runner in the underworld, passing info between pirate fleets and exiled nobles. Rhea, a techie, your most loyal sister, escaped with you the night the enforcers came. She's now a trusted mechanic on the fringe of pirate vessel, still protecting you even now. And Anya, the youngest sister, a netrunner, was barely 10 when the betrayal happened. She watched your parents die, through a glass wall. She's never forgiven you for surviving while they didn't. The last thing she said before being taken to the corporate orphanage was, "This is your fault." Wonder how that's possible. Now you live under a false name. You drift you drift under the stars, working jobs aboard pirate fleets of the ocean, free traders, convoys, and outlaws refueling stations. You've seen the truth behind the corporate veil, and you know what they did to your family. You've also seen what pirates can do when they fight for more than just eddies. Your identity is secret, but your purpose is not. You are a Tenebrous, scion of the broken family, heir to the legacy, burned down by betrayal. You walk a line between vengeance and survival, between saving what's left of your bloodline and burying it all for good. You still remember every sibling's face, every word spoken in anger and love. You will not forget. You cannot forget. And someday, they will all know what you've become. Now you find yourself separated from your trader convoys on the mean streets of Night City, California.
Woohoo!
Next Tenebrous.
All right. So, and I will also be playing a character as well. And my name is Tabletop Junkie. I will be playing Vince Mercer, the actual fixer. I figured that would be mostly appropriate, given the fact that if I'm going to have a character, I might as well be well connected. So I'm going to give a little bit of Vince Mercer's story here. Vince Mercer is, he is a fixer, approximate age of 40. He's been through some shit. He does have some. He has no cyberware, not at all. But he does carry a cell phone with cell phone service. His shirt is made out stretched and torn. His pants are shredded rags tied together, and his footwear is made out of used flash tape. He has currently no money and is currently looking to get back on as he carries around a Kadachi Monokatana. So good luck with that one. All right. So his life began with the name of Mercer, once that meant something, and the underworld circuits of the mega slums of Night City. He grew up in what was once a house luxury seatstead corporation that now crumbles into rust and sin. His family was royalty, pretty much. The Mercers weren't corpos, weren't government. They were gang lords, old money crime aristocrats running the Tide Syndicate, one of the most brutal pirate hackers. And it wasn't Night City that they grew up in. It was actually of the Aqua Nova block mega slums that was actually New Zealand. I did forget about that. It was actually New Zealand when he actually joined. So he grew up in a totally different country, even though he was from America. He is from America. It's just they went to Night City because they actually took over the Tide Syndicate. One of the most brutal pirate hacker packs in the Pan-Pacific data corridor and also in the real ocean. They made their cred smuggling illegal wetware, intercepting deep ocean data streams, and trafficking aquatic bioware, gene-spliced leviathans, deep pressure mods, and stolen nanoclones. The nanoclones, actually, that I don't think we actually have nanoclones yet in the 2020 universe. That might have been an actual typo that I actually put in. I don't know why I said that. Maybe it was something I looked up. But we're going to say that. So basically, I took a bunch of cyberware, and in BioWare, I don't think is... there is BioWare. Yep, so I took a bunch of cyberware as well as data. They ruled the waves of the dark nets and the Pacific Ocean with fear, charm, and chrome. At the height of the reign, his father, Varnek Mercer, was the pirate CEO in all but name. Charismatic and war-wired, he wore bespoke naval coats lined with dermal plating and commanding floating gang fleets with a smile and a smart gun. He struck an alliance with the ruthless up-and-coming syndicate called the Kraken Blood, hoping to secure dominance over both the encrypted undersea traffic lines and the real sea, and a bold move that promised both a data monopoly for generations. But he got cocky. He diverted family funds into an untrusted tech, burned long-standing allies, and borrowed against assets that were never secured. Mrs. Mercer, the mother, Lacera, once a top-tier netrunner for Militech who turned her skills toward tactical ops and logistics, saw the cracks coming, but Varnek wouldn't listen. Her warning went unheeded. Then came the Kraken Blood betrayal. They hijacked a critical op, leaked falsified dossiers, pinning the blame on the family, and staged a system-wide purge of the holdings. The HQ was assaulted by mercs and submersibles and armor. Half the fleet was sunk, the Darknet account scrubbed, and the family's name was added to the global bounty boards with high-priority kill-on-sight status, from the Syndicate royalty to hunted ghosts. Vince Mercer lived in a what you call a sector drown, a flooded, half-lit subzone beneath the city's oceanic towers, mostly forgotten by the corpse and avoided by the sane. Former pirate bunkers, semi-aquatic tenements, and half-hacked shipping containers stacked like drowned gravestones. Your family is still technically alive, but functionally shattered. Varnek is a burnt-out relic now, his neural ports fried from the EMP ambush, sitting half-drunk in a barge converted into a bar, muttering about revenge. Lacera, paced like a razor cat, still sharp, still dangerous, but her trust is gone. She runs what's left of the operation, smuggling designer algae and encrypted genetic keys, but it's scrap compared to what was once built. The Mercer siblings, the older sister Cauldra, who is a nomad, was built for command. Elegant, lethal, and emotionless, she had her own personal killbot squad before she turned 18. When everything went to hell, she didn't cry or scream. She adapted. She works now as a freelance bodyguard for nomad executives and cyberdocs smugglers, pretending that she's just another face in the crowd. She doesn't hate Vince, but she doesn't really have time for anyone's nostalgia. Vince's twin brother, Kalen, a netrunner, was the quieter half, always jacked into something deeper than the streets, a digital archaeologist, obsessed with the code behind the world. He was built for blood, but for secrets. After the collapse, he vanished into the black coral grid, a submerged fragment of dead internet space hunted by rogue AIs and coral virus data ghosts. Sometimes he sends you glitched messages. Sometimes he thinks he's gone full post-human. Or cyber psycho. Nyla, who is a solo, used to be the his little shadow, excuse me. Vince taught her how to run silent, how to hack elevators, how to handle blades, then left her behind during a gutter collapse. Accidentally, maybe, but the damage was done. She got cornered, nearly flatlined, and now she wears those scars on her chrome faceplate. She goes by No Marrow now, rocking a jagged gang of ferals who slice chips and eyeballs off corpos for trophies. If she sees you, it's on sight. And then there is Sorry Mercer, corporate. Sorry's hate is calculated, political. She joined the Ghost Flow fleet, a rising aquatic syndicate that's allied with the enemies. She's turned herself into the perfect political weapon, part influencer, part assassin, all ambition. She calls herself the post-family icon and publicly trashes the Mercer legacy as a cautionary tale. You don't know if she'll try and, Vince doesn't know if she'll try and kill him or offer the position in some corporate hit campaign just to humiliate him. And then there's Lily. Solo. Lily's still the youngest sister. Lily still believes in Vince. She is the only one who visits, still runs ops with him when she can. Just petty theft, maybe some synth spice runs, but in her eyes, she wants more. She wants the Mercers to rise again with Vince at the helm. She journals every run, sketches mock-ups of a new Mercer logo, and tracks every crack and blood movement she can find. She's dangerous, not because of her weapons, but because she hasn't given up. Current present. Vince Mercer is not a legend. He is not even a has-been. He is a gutter rat with ghosted credentials, burned contacts, and target-rich pasts. But there's something in his veins, chrome or not. This city's going to remember his name, that he is Vince Mercer, and he is not done yet. And as he comes to Night City to create his legend. All right. With that said, shall I set the scene?
Yes.
Maybe. Sure. Go ahead.
Give me just a second here. Well, we're not going to really see much of the back anyway. And the only reason why the screen is off, Chris, because I did check your message on that, is because that's actually private stuff over there that I can't have seen.
Okay.
Yep, because you guys can see more of my stuff. Because it's sharing my screen. All right, so anyway, let's begin setting the scene. All right, Vince Mercer, who currently has no eddies and is basically just risen out of his coffin for his last night to spend. He has one night to figure out what he's going to do to where he does. So he, at between 8 and 9 p.m., makes his way to Night City's, one of Night City's bars. Unfortunately, he doesn't know how he's going to do this because Club Atlantis is one of those best bars they can do, but he is trying to find work. Of which he does actually, which I did roll for that. Let me see what came up for that. I made a pre-roll for that beforehand. Where did I save it at? I think I saved it under journals. Here we go, some notes. Yes. Vince has already been contacted that there is someone who needs a job done, and now he's looking for some guys to help him do it, and it has to be started by midnight tonight. So he heads to the what we call Club Atlantis is actually the name of the club before it becomes the Afterlife. So as he enters, in the bar, it's got rave music playing. He tries to stick to the shadows a little bit because he has no money to put down for any forms of drinks, nor any way of tipping any waitresses. As he waits for people to come and see if anybody wants to do a job with him. All right, Chris, how do you start your day?
Well, I'll wake up. I got an apartment not apartment, but a room that I'm renting at a hotel. So, wake up, eat, and check my messages to see if there's anything that's coming my way.
All right, let me see here. Do you have any? See, Jackson Creed. Let me check your gear. Looks like you didn't buy any cell phone or anyway. So how do you how do you check messages? Like, do you have a computer or something that may send you an email?
Maybe check and see if if there's a answering machine in the hotel.
That's right. You are in a hotel room for in the moderate zone. There would be something there, but you don't see anyone contacting you. Let me see here. Contacts list. How, give me. Not streetwise. You know what? For shits and giggles, roll your luck to see if you can get lucky that somebody may be reaching out because they heard of you.
Okay.
Yep, you're just rolling your luck, which is only a 2. You're going to need to actually roll pretty high for this.
Wonderful.
Yep. Oh, wow. 5. Yeah. Nobody's that's below the minimum you can get before it's even considered passing. So, unfortunately, the easiest test you could do is like a 10. So with that alone, you've definitely failed.
Darn.
Nobody's trying to contact you. You have no work. Let me see here. The hotel room is by nightly. So if you don't find a job, what hotel room did you get? You got one for $200 a night. You can only pay for one more night. So if you don't get a job tonight, you will be out on the streets in 2 days.
Wonderful.
However, you did hear that Club Atlantis is the spot to actually go to find jobs. There are other clubs if you'd like to try them. You do have 205 eddies on you, Euro dollars on you, so you could definitely afford some drinks.
That is what I'll do. I guess I will test my luck at the club.
Fair enough. And since you don't have a car, do you call a taxi?
How far away is it?
Well, essentially, a hotel room's in what we would call a moderate zone. Let me move our character stuff, and we're going to zoom in here. And a moderate zone would be something like probably in one of these like around Japantown, one of these like upscale areas, or even the university district. And so you're looking like over here, so it would be a few miles. To give you a estimate, you could call a cab. This is universal. Let me pull up. I gotta pull up the book. Boy, you're making me pull up the book.
That is my job, to keep my game master on his toes.
I'm definitely on them toes. Well, those toes worse than a ballerina's on hers. And yes, I made that joke. So, with just safely ballparking it, I won't charge you too much. So, you can, alright, so there's 2 types of taxis. You can take an AV taxi, which will be quicker, or you can take a regular taxi, which will be slower. But one is $3 or €3 per mile. One is €10 per mile. I will say this at very best, you will either spend €6 or €20. roughly.
I'll do the €20.
That way you get there quicker, and an AV is coming for you. Go ahead and subtract €20 from your character.
Okay.
All right. And so you wait outside as you call for an AV taxi. You actually have to go to a data terminal and order one, so that way they know to come pick you up. Data terminal usage also would be, let me see here. Data terminals are basically on the side of the streets. Sometimes they're inside pillars, or they're actually just computer consoles just sitting outside. They have city maps as well as public fares and stuff for like trains and taxis, whatnot. It takes you roughly 2 minutes. 2 minutes to do it, so you also need to subtract. Actually, it's going to take you longer than 2 minutes. It seems a bit slow tonight. You're going to it's going to take you 5 minutes, so you need to subtract €5 also from yourself for using that.
The charges are just piling up here.
I know. Welcome to Cyberpunk. Here's where we need jobs. You're recently unemployed, by the way.
I know.
You're running out of money. The taxi comes down. So the AV taxi comes down. You see this nice little floating. It looks like a space shuttle, but it's not really. And they open, and like somebody on the sides of the door opens up and goes, "Jackson Creed here for a pickup to go to Club Atlantis."
Raise my hand and walk up. That's me.
Let's go. And to make sure that nobody gets on, there is an armed person there. So because some people like to try to hitch rides and take over AVs so they can, Grand Theft Auto it in Cyberpunk. So you load on, they tell you to take a seat. Once you get strapped in and you're buckled in, they shut it and they take you to your destination. Next, next we open up to Rex Tenebrous, who's currently inside of a coffin. In the corporate zone.
I know the coffin is like a term for something else, but for some strange reason, my mind went to him being buried alive.
Actually, a coffin is literally a above ground box laying down that when you get into, you actually close it like a real coffin.
I know. I'm just saying is that I was just the image of him waking up inside of a coffin buried alive.
Yeah, he ain't buried alive. He's on the streets, but
I know.
Even in the corporate zone there. Now, see, he's around the corporate zone, which is this corporate center. So he only has maybe half the mileage you do to get to Club Atlantis. But let's let him tell us what he's gonna do first. By the way, with a coffin in the corporate zone, you do have access to television, the internet, and your own personal phone for sure.
All right, so kind of a nice spry sit up, yawn, stretch out. Out of reflex, pushes a thing to pop up his monitor, see the TV, while at the same time checking his subroutines, his programs, making sure what's auto mining and doing all that shit is doing that for gathering information, while grabbing probably the one can of blonde he knew he would need in the morning and cracking that shit open to start just kachugging.
All right, well, this is not the morning. This is like 8 o'clock at night.
Oh, same thing.
Yeah, okay, all right. You slept all day. Yeah, you're the night out. Well, in Night City, when you're doing stuff, it's usually at night.
Okay, well then, again, his morning.
Aren't the neon lights so bright that it's basically kind of day all day?
Well, you two have recently become unemployed, and your Eurodollars are running out. What do you decide to do at this point?
I'm definitely going to explore the web for potential opportunity.
Oh, we're going to do some cyber running. All right, so you load up your cyber deck, you plug yourself in to see if there's anything out there that you can look for. Go ahead and give me, kind sir, and it's going to be an interface roll. So intelligence plus interface.
Okay, I can work with this.
Sure.
Intelligence plus interface.
Mm-hmm.
Hoot.
Hoot.
Do I just click the interface skill and does it math them for me?
I believe you can do that, yes. Let's see. We got 8 and a 9, so that definitely worked out. You got a 26 altogether. So you start surfing the web, and you come through. So you start surfing the internet. You actually, your avatar. What does your avatar look like?
Oh fuck! I didn't think this far ahead.
Didn't he post it? Didn't he post a picture like a couple weeks ago when we were going over?
No, I think he's talking about my cyber avatar.
I know.
No.
Yeah, no,
His cyberpunk character. I want to know what his avatar looks like in cyberspace. Like,
Yeah.
you're at, like when you're in cyberspace, you have a different look.
Okay.
Mind you, when this was made, the blocky 3-dimensional look was not yet completed. So when Johnny Mnemonic came out with Keanu Reeves, thank you, sir. His character looked like the old PlayStation or N64 3D dimensional characters.
And then we also have Game Over.
Yep. But now we don't have that. But let's at least go more futuristic. It looks kind of different. Think of Tron, but his character.
Well, you have Tron, and then you also have Ready Player One.
Yeah, I'm not talking. Yeah, no. All right. So
The movie wasn't
Tails,
bad.
what does your character look like? What does your avatar look like?
Give me like a handful of seconds.
I'll give you a handful of seconds. Got some nanoseconds as you're downloading. You see these screens? Downloading your current avatar. Welcome to Night City's internet, community, and more.
There it is. Okay, here's the thing. The chat box plus the image. I'll let you pick one of these two.
Okay, let's see here. All right.
Oh, geez.
We've got a wolf that is on fire with a sword.
I'd go with the Fire Wolf. The Fire
And
Wolf.
a robot that looks like a samurai transformer that looks like Scorponok. I'm going to go with the Firewolf. I'm going to go with the Gridlock. That is it. I'm going to go with the Firewolf. The black and Firewolf. So
Fire Wolf.
yep. So when you download it, you look like that while carrying around a sword inside cyberspace. Do you actually have the program sword?
I don't remember. I think it was one of the ones I wanted, but
Hang on, I'll see what your programs are because I actually got access to your whole character sheet right here. The Rexinator V1. You have Stealth, Viral, and Worm. So you don't have a sword yet. You just have this hulking-looking character that your avatar really doesn't have. Like, it's flashy, but that's all it is flashy.
exactly.
So as you download, you find yourself in like this futuristic 3D city with like flying, like when people are downloading, going from one place to the other of web pages, you see them transport on platforms. Your platform begins to move as you begin surfing the net. You cross over the virtual bulletin boards. You go through forums and stuff. You even come to this one thing, say, with this link that says click here. Do you hit that link with your hands?
Yes, but before I touch that, I just want to say that the best way to describe his avatar is that one guy who's a professional who still has this email he made when he was 13 for sentimental value. Like, that's where I was. This is who I am now. So he's just always ridiculous looking.
How's that?
All right.
Push the link.
All right, so as you press the link, this page comes up and says, Milfgard, coming to you for the contraceptive implant where you can screw and fuck all night.
Oh, geez.
All right. Click it, but I give it one of my associates' emails.
You click it and you send it to one of the many contacts that you have, and a video popped up of a man with the Mr. Stud implant and her having the contraceptive implant, showing them in full nude screwing. You send that with that too by accident. Turns out it could be a virus.
You had to have sent it to a rival. You have to send it to a
Give
rival.
me a luck roll, sir.
Okay.
His luck is no better than mine.
Huh, but he did better than you. You know what? I'll let that one go. I'll let it go because you did score over 10. The easiest one. All right. So the virus has not tried to attack you or anything. Actually, when you emailed that with that link and that video, the virus went with it.
Nice.
Cool, because my next step was to take the virus and weaponize it myself.
Unfortunately,
Reprogram it, huh?
you could possibly do that, but unfortunately, it went away. All right, so you come up across a form that is actually looking for. The form actually speaks of someone named Dr. Cutter, who is actually looking for someone to do a repo job. It looks like you do see someone else's name on there that actually responded to, "Can I have your contact information?" And his name is Vince Mercer. And it speaks that he has to go to a club to actually get some crew together for this job, as that it's got a list of 5 repos to do in one night.
Well, I don't quite like the name of this Merker. You know, if it's in the name, you can't trust it. Like those people who like represent the thing that they say. But I think this job sounds like it might pay up, so I'm just gonna go with that.
All right. So, as you download the address, you actually pull yourself out of the internet and re-download, unhook yourself from the mine, and now you are going to head to what you... Let me think. Would you have the intelligence or the common sense to know that Club Atlantis and Night City would be one of the places to go? That would be a streetwise roll, which you do have. So give me your streetwise roll to see if you know that's how the stuff rolls on the streets.
Okay.
Oh, you definitely know. For a 15, you definitely know. So you scored a 15. Yep, you know that Club Atlantis would be the biggest pickup to see if you can get into this job.
Not sure where I'm gonna go.
All right. You also found out that in the form that when Dr. Cutter was looking for, that when Dr. Cutter was actually looking for it, his address was not posted, so it could have been sent to Vince Mercer on the back, on the back line. All right. How do you get to Club Atlantis? Do you walk?
Yeah, I take a brisk walk that way while I'm waking up. I wake up and have a chance to absorb and process any new information or occurrences that occurred that I could take advantage of.
All right. So it's going to take you a couple hours to get there. Jackson has actually made it to Club Atlantis, and he goes into lights. Lights are just just a blaring light. Oh, well, they're not blaring. Excuse me. Music is blaring. Lights are flashy. People are sitting around having a drink. There's dancers on some bars, and he enters Club Atlantis. Give me, sir, it will be for you. And I don't think you have it. It's going to be a human perception roll. I don't see that you have it, so let me see what the skill is. Default skills, human perception. Because you're listening and trying to find a contact that needs a job. It will be an empathy roll. Your empathy is a 4.
Well, okay.
You know what? I'm going to say. So you go up to the bar, and this hot-looking redhead comes up to you and goes, "What'll it be, honey?"
Something good and something cheap.
Something good and something cheap. Well, okay. Well, you don't want none of the big legends then, where we name drinks after legends, like Johnny Silverhand and Alt Cunningham and all them. So let me give you the Backhand Morgan. It's basically one of Morgan Blackhand's signature drinks. He comes in here and drinks it all. We call it the Backhand Morgan. And he likes it cheap because it's just cheap tequila in a shot glass. That'll be... even cheap tequila in a shot glass is still €3.
I pull out my wallet, pull out a couple bucks, and slide them across the counter.
Well, you don't actually pull it out. It comes out as digital credits.
Okay.
All right. So, yeah. So, you going to go ahead and take that shot?
Take it.
All right. Well, you take it. Give me a. It's gonna be an endurance roll. Give me an endurance roll.
Where is it?
Endurance for you is all the
there
way
it
at the
is.
bottom.
Yep.
17. You resist the urge of being drunk. You are barely buzzing. It barely faces you as you hear a name of. There's this weird guy sitting in this corner. He's not ordering any drinks. We may need to ask him to leave. We may need to. Should we get the bouncer? Yeah, we should get one of them. You notice that he's having issues, and they're pointing to this guy sitting over. You notice that he is wearing what looks to be a very bad, like, white shirt that's got stains all over it. He's got his feet visible, but it looks like it's just duct tape wrapped around it, and his pants is made out of nothing but shredded other pants tied together. It's very revealing, but he does have his junk covered up.
I just sit and kind of just watch and see what happens.
So the bouncer comes up and says, "Sir, we noticed you didn't order any drinks." Vince turns around and says, "I'm looking for cyberpunks that can do a job. And I'm sorry that I haven't ordered any drinks. I just don't have any money on me right now. But like I said, I am looking. Perhaps you can point me in the same in a direction where I can receive maybe some help. Perhaps yourself." He's like, "Sir, I'm going to point you to that door, and I'm going to pick you up and carry you out. How about that?" And Vince looks at him and says, "Well, you can try, but I recommend that we don't do this. And I recommend that I don't put a bullet in your head and you just get up and walk the fuck out." What do you do, Chris? Anything?
Well, definitely I will come up behind the bouncer and just kind of tap on his shoulder and says, leave him alone. He's obviously looking for somebody, right, buddy?"
Yes, I'm looking for someone to do a job. Perhaps you're interested.
I need money.
All right. Perhaps you could buy me a single drink for this fucking knucklehead to leave me alone.
I look over at the big guy and just says, "Okay, get him something cheap."
This is 3 credits for the cheapest drink we have. For my services, it'll cost you 5 credits. Or €5. I'm sorry, not credits. €5.
I'm gonna try to intimidate him to say, "Nope, it's gonna be 3."
All right. 3's okay. I'm not looking for a fight tonight. Especially with 2 guys. You successfully intimidate him. So he goes and gets the drink and he says, "Here, make it quick and get your business and get the fuck out of the bar if you're just going to sit here and freaking panhandle." And he ups and leaves. "Sit down, friend," says Vince Mercer to you.
Take the offered seat.
"So, you looking for a job?"
You sure am.
"All right, Shum, what kind of chrome are you packing?"
Reach down to my, you said chrome, right? Okay.
Yeah, I mean cyberware.
Yeah.
So he can see
Cyber.
that you, like, he can see you got a cyber optic eye, that your right eye is cyber optic, but he can't see your boosterware, your neural processor, or your targeting scope. The neural processor has to be implanted in you for you to have any other cybernetics, except for some basic ones, but there's like only 8 of those you can have. So he does know with that cyber optic eye that you can that you are packing some chrome, but not serious chrome.
Well, besides the eye, neural-aware processor, targeting scope, and the
No,
booster
very
wave.
good. Ooh, boosterware, huh? Which kind? The Kerenstikov, or are you packing the Sandev stand?
Kranskov.
It might be useful. What type of iron do you carry? No, he can't see your knife because that can be concealed. Your Militech Avenger can be concealed. The only thing he notices on you is the assault rifle cannot be concealed.
That's
So he
for
does
me
see the assault
to-
rifle.
That's besides this beauty. That's for me to know, and whoever's in our way to find out.
Now I can see you look like you got some decent body armor. All right, it looks like you're in. It does pay some good money. We have to do 5 repos. We don't have to do it all in one night, but if we can get some at night, some turned in before morning, all in like 24 hours, we might be able to get a bonus. So that'd be perfectly good. I don't think us two alone will be able to handle it, so we need to wait for a third guy to come in. So, what do you think?
Oh, very well. If we have to wait, we'll have to wait.
My name's Vince Mercer. I'm a local fixer here. I'm connected. I definitely have. I hear things on the streets. You?
Jackson Creed solo.
Very good. All right. So after talking for a little bit, Rex managed to make it to the bar, and he walks in. Rex, go ahead and give me a human perception roll, please.
Okay.
And it looks like you don't... Oh, you do have it. That's an empathy roll. Oh, but you got human perception.
Okay. Damn.
Ho, ho, ho! You walk in, you are just blindsided by the lights, the sound. You are loving it. You are dancing to the music. You are having a good time. You come up to the bar. Lady says, "What can I get you, honey? Anything good?"
I'll take something as high as 12 eddies.
12 eddies, huh? That's it. Well, how about this for you, man? And he pulls out the Pondsmith. So she's like, "This is a 10 euro shot. So here you go, and it's very strong." And she hands it over to you.
Woo! All right.
As you shoot it, give me an endurance roll, which is for you just a body type roll.
Bold of you to think I'm going to shoot it at the bar.
I didn't say you shot it at the bar. I just said you're going to shoot it.
When I shoot it.
So what are you doing? Carrying it around while not dropping it?
Socially looking cool, you know.
So you're sitting there dancing, and let's see if you spill a drop. That's gonna be athletics, I think. I'm gonna make that athletics. Let's see how well your hand-eye coordination works.
Okay.
I think that's athletics.
Which one I do not have.
Well, it doesn't tell me. It's your reflexes. Give me a reflex roll.
Oh fuck.
Holy shit! You roll one more d10. Oh wait, no, it already rolled it for you. Never mind, don't roll it. So you got 24. You did flips in the air, and people have watched you turn that shot glass around. You have attracted yourself some tension. Give me a not attraction roll. Charismatic leadership. What is that? It'd be something similar to that. Give me a cool roll. See how well you're actually soaking up the... No. We're not going to do cool. We're going to do attraction. Give me an attraction roll.
12.
Dear God in heaven, that's decent enough. So people are looking at you. And Vince and Jackson definitely notices you. And it's like, what is this joker?
Well, he's
I'm
definitely
just like
a show-off.
breakdancing or doing like the Goblin King and the Labyrinth shit with a cup, but not spilling the alcohol.
He's definitely a show-off.
Definitely is. Definitely is. Give me 1 second. I'm going to pull up the next part here. So, a guy comes up with 2 bouncers. With one bouncer, actually. The other one's at the door. And he looks like Tay Diggs from Dylan Dog, the vampire guy that was in there that told the football player that he had enough. He comes up and goes, "All right, you're getting a little too flashy in here. Take a shot. Stop doing tricks." and get off the dance floor. You're attracting too much attention, and you're jamming it up in here. This place isn't big enough for that.
To the bouncer! Takes a shot.
All right, give me a BT roll.
You were fucking waiting for this one. Here we go.
Yeah,
Ultimate failure.
Well, not quite. You are feeling it. You are feeling it really good. 15 or better is what would have been fine. But you're not drunk. You're buzzing.
15 or better is literally the best I could have rolled. Damn.
you basically you would have had to roll a 10.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the Pondsmith is actually a very strong drink. That's why it costs so much. And yes, I made it up. It was a drink that I made up in another Cyberpunk adventure. This was a drink that I made up, and it's a very rich drink named after Mike Pondsmith himself.
Well, whoever Smith this drink is going to have my ass in the pond.
Patting yourself on the back.
Well, so far, Vince and Jackson has not recruited anybody else. Vince turns around and says, maybe we should recruit him.
Yeah, I mean, as long as he's not doing that well on the job.
Well, let's figure it out. Let's go over there. So Vince gets up and he comes over and he says, hang on, he's with us. Sorry that he was a bit of a show-off. We'll get him seated. Sir, we were here for a meeting. You want to come on over?
He sort of flashes back and forth and looks at both of you, and he goes, well, I appreciate your lifestyle and what you've chosen. I'm not, into that.
No, we're here for a meeting.
Jackson Creed is just staring daggers at him.
And he just points, back and forth between both of you, meeting, a third wheel. Because I ain't into that, man.
No, job meeting.
See, that you talk about jobs, get 3 men into a booth. This is what I'm talking about. Now you're making me extra sketch.
He's all right. So the guy turns around and says,
Jackson just kind of puts his gun on the table and just kind of taps his fingers on the rifle.
I lean in and go, you're going to extort me and threaten me for a blowjob? I'm not even gay.
Oh no, it's nothing like that. It's me going to have to, unfortunately, make the gentleman of this establishment have to repaint his ceiling with your brain after I paint it with your brains.
Well, you can worry about that. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the other guy right now.
Oh boy. All right, Chooms. I'm gonna ask you three to leave since you're all causing trouble. Get the hell out of here. You didn't really pay for a drink, he did, and you are aligning himself with them, and you are just the biggest show-off, and you're taking all of them. Get your shit out of here before I put you out. All three of you.
I don't want to take them. I've been turning them down all night as I'm walking away.
Oh dear God. All right, Vince is getting ready to walk out. Jackson, are you coming or willingly, or are you thinking you're gonna pick a fight?
Just get up and just walk past the bouncer.
All right. As you guys leave the Club Atlantis bar, Mercer goes up and says, "Hey, I was trying to offer you a job, asshole. Not a job of blowjobs and shit like that. A real job. We need someone of your style to help with 5 jobs tonight."
And I go to lean in to talk to him, but I sort of stumble and grab the chest of his shirt. Sorry, I had a little bits to drink tonight, so I was just making sure consent was drawn, boundaries were lined, and nobody could cross the cross. If you double cross the cross, I don't need to find out that this was a date after it wasn't a date. So if you mean work, I can work, but not like that work. Feel me?
Okay.
I can't vouch for him, but I definitely would rather shoot you rather than do anything with you that involves a lack of clothing.
Listen, all right. First off, we need to sober your ass up. And so Vince looks at his cell phone, which actually has a little bit of clock in it, and it does say that it's about 10:30 at night. We got an hour and a half before we meet up with the contact. If you guys both want in, we can split the payment 3 ways. If we can do this job under 24 hours, we will be given a bonus. Come on, let's
And he almost like instantly snaps sober. Wait, 24-hour job with a bonus? Okay, let's get done.
Oh Jesus! Let me see.
Jackson just watches him walk right by. Like, does he know where we're even going?
No, he doesn't. Do you guys want to know what the job is before we do it?
I'm all ears.
All right. Let's go sit down somewhere. So you guys go to a back alley. Let's see. What's the odds of an encounter? Let me roll the odds of an encounter.
I don't like this. You guys said you really like that. Now you're taking me to a back alley. You know what happens in back alleyways, right?
Well, I don't exactly have the fucking Eurodollars to go sit down in some establishment and actually get food. Okay? I need this job too, motherfucker. And all you're doing is fucking showing off. Why don't you calm down for a minute, long enough so that this asshole don't kill you, or me for that matter, or both of us for that matter, or the both of us don't kill you and strip you for chrome. Now, calm down for a minute and let's get this out here, okay? Yes, sorry that I don't have a classier office, but a lot of us haven't really had that much of a luxury life lately.
Oh, bro, I totally feel you there. He sort of just starts rambling, but like as he's rambling, he like walks off.
All right. Oh Lord, he is walking off. Why the fuck is he walking off?
Not a way off, but he's like walking away from you, like he's not talking facing you. He's talking with his back while he's like pacing.
What is wrong with this guy?
I don't know, but I'm ready to kill him.
Yeah, you and me both, but let's just save it because we at least need us three could probably get the job done. All right, listen. This job is for a black market ripper doc. He's looking for some cyber runners to do a low profile job. Pays about $1,000 per objective. He's got 5 objectives, basically 5 different parts of this job. Okay, with each objective, we have to repo 5 cyber limbs from each one. Well, 1 cyber limb from each one, but 5 different people. All right. The Ripper Doc's name is Dr. Cutter. He may be also looking for a long-term partnership if we can pull this off, especially if we're pulling this off in 24 hours. We need to meet him at his place known as the Rack over in the East Marina, about north of here, about midnight tonight. And we have 24 hours to find each of his targets and repo their cyber limbs. Now, does anyone have any idea how to surgically remove cyber limbs and keeping patients alive?
No. Well, I do have some, besides some minor first aid training, no.
Okay. So
I know some things about cyber tech and basic tech.
Okay, so we have no real surgical doctors. Oh, these people are going to die. These people are going to die. All right. Well, we got to make it to the east side, up to the East Marina, north of here, which is, okay, so if you guys want to know where that is, I will show you. So we are, like, here, right? If you're looking at, oh, you're not, never mind.
Boom. Third
There
sector,
we go.
Japantown.
So, like, you're, like, here, you need to get here. So, that's, like, several miles north. So, gentlemen, any suggestions?
Well, besides walking, what other option is there?
Is it within my realms to grand theft an auto?
You want to steal a car?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, you could definitely do that. Let's see, what kind of cars are currently
Or at least crack a car and get it running for someone who can drive.
Give me 1 second. I gotta pull something up out of my ass here in a minute.
Now, for viewers who weren't here the last time this happened, I punched the guy out making the sale out. We stole the car. Shit happened. We didn't have someone to interface because we left him behind. And then disaster struck when I got gunned down. Now, let's hope this replay does not retrigger trauma when we experience it way different. And GM, continue.
All right. So, you actually spot a vehicle that is the Suzuki Wolf Spider Compact Armored Sedan. It's 4-door. Very rare. Only very few have been sold here in the United States.
Pass. Too high profile.
Okay. Give me 1 second. So the next one you would see... Oh, God. So the next one you would see... Alright, so then you have the Arasaka G15 Ghost Line Sedan. Civilian compact vehicle. Very common. Oh, okay.
It makes Arasaka look bad. So by doing it, by using it, by abusing it, and by committing crimes in it, it just degrades their reputation.
Let's see if there's any security with this. It's completely electric, by the way. Very climate controlled. No flashy HUDs. This is like a really downgraded car. Oh shit. So you get in, and unfortunately, it has, you notice that the key is made into a smart key sequence, which means without having the correct biometrics or data to transmit into to interface with, it will not recognize you as the legal driver. Do you choose to hack it?
Yes.
You hook it, so you interface with it, and you hook it up to your cyberdeck, and you need to give me, an interface roll.
Okay. 19.
Oh wow! You interfaced with it, and you fooled it. You somehow, not knowing the biometrics, you fooled it into believing that you were the legal driver, and you actually turned off the security. What's up?
That's because I am the legal driver.
As far as you know. As far as it knows, yes, you know.
Exactly.
So
as far as
you interface with it, realized the security was shit. Your avatar looked around, not much for the security, and you actually deactivated the smart switch and reactivated the engine through it. So you basically, as you're interfaced with it, you basically pull yourself out of cyberspace and you begin driving the vehicle, as that you're the only one that can drive it.
Look, you
All
ready
right,
to get going? We got shit to do in 24 hours.
Yep. So everyone jumps in the car. Shotgun. Looks like Jackson gets the back.
What else you packing?
Quickly kind of raises up my hand and my rifle and says rifle.
My job. He hacked it, so that means you get backseat.
My gun.
Your gun, nothing, asshole. Once again, you're only getting this job because I'm doing it. So
am I able to
backseat.
turn like a taxi display or something, like make it look like a taxi in the window?
You cannot.
Okay.
Your choice is either get into the back or I shoot at the tires. Which will it be?
Really, you'll sacrifice the job just to not sit bitch in the back? Seriously?
Yes.
That is the... Okay, I know we just met tonight, but I really need to express this to you. That is the most stupid, childish behavior I've literally ever seen.
You hear the door shut and you hear the patter of feet walking away.
Okay, he's walking away. Can we just figure this out? Just get in the back seat, and Mercer gets into the passenger seat.
He hears the door slams and just kind of pauses and looks over his shoulder for a second to see if the car's not going to come after him.
No one's going to come after you. Come on, guys, let's do this. Like, really, we're grown men here. 3 grown men can't even do a job.
Okay, I get over there, I lean in through the driver window, I look at both of them, and I said, look, I told you guys from the start of the night, I didn't want to be part of your relationship issues. It's clear you have some tension, some problems going on. That's fine. But we're at work right now. When you're on the job, you check your baggage at the door. Whoever the fuck says wherever the fuck, I don't give a fuck. But let's just get this shit going, let's get our ducks in a row, and let's get to the fucking job. Otherwise, I don't want part of your relationship drama. Got it?
We're not in a relationship, you dickwad.
He gets in. to start going to the first location.
Does Jackson get in?
Jackson does, but at the same time, he takes his knife out and kind of just shoves it through your seat and just barely grazes your shoulder.
He looks at it and goes, "Really? Really? You are... Oh my god. You're impossible. He's impossible. I got the worst fucking cyber runners in the city. I
This is
swear to
fresh
God.
upholstery, and you're already penetrating each other in my car? Leaving stains?
I am not afraid to shoot you while you're driving this vehicle.
Yeah, figured as much. All right, let's go. All right. So he gives Vince gives Rex the address, and you guys find yourself in the eastern marina area of the city. As you guys begin rolling on up, drizzling rain has turned the alley into basically a running river. As you guys were on your way, it basically started raining. You guys probably could have your characters probably could have told that as there was moisture in the air. So right now you got a running river in the marina, which flooding is pretty much imminent. Neon signs stutter and broken loops, each hum and flicker punctuated by the occasional pop of a malfunctioned street lamp. This area reeks of oil, ozone, and rot. He tells you to stop, and you guys come to a sliding steel door that groans as it opens, revealing the rack, a small shack that is being used by the man, Dr. Cutter. Vince gets out of the vehicle and walks over and says, "Come on in, guys. We'll get the job."
Okay.
All right, let's go.
As you guys walk in, you guys walk into a surgical, basically a surgical den straight out of some horror movie. Dissection tables soaked in coolant, hanging freezers about 5 units humming low, and a dozen cyber limbs suspended in clear tubes filled with nutrient gel. The walls are lined with... no, not cyber limbs. A dozen limbs. Just limbs by themselves. Okay. The walls are lined with shelves of surgical tools and black market cybernetic gear. Dim red lighting casts elongated shadows from the autopsy bed in the center of the room. A man with an emotionless expression, deliberate facial expressions. As you enter, he begins to stare with his eyes. One is an augmented cyber optic, while the other is just a normal eye. So you've arrived. He points to the data chip. He says, "If you guys have chip sockets, there's the data chip. If not, we'll talk about the job." What do you do?
Ooh. Snatches eagerly and just slots it in sort of impulsively.
All right. Do you have a chip socket, or do you do it inside your inside your cyber deck? You have chip. No, you have a chip socket.
Yeah, I was pretty sure
All
it was
right.
one of the things that I grabbed.
Awesome sauce. All right. Just a hot second here. All right. As you slot the chip socket, you basically come up with some data chip information. All right. So, do you repeat any of this as I'm talking? Like, do you mind if I take control of your character temporarily for you to repeat this?
Yeah, repeat it back to the party. Go right ahead.
Yep. All right. This data chip information has 5 names: Trix, Buzzkill, Ivana, Sawyer, and Skiv. Trix is a female Maelstrom member with many cybernetics. Works as a cybernetic black market dealer for Maelstrom. She has designed her left cyber arm into a multi-tool interface, as it has a built-in cyber modem. The target is the left cyber arm with the tool hand and the cyber modem intact. Odds of survival to extract is below 10%, as the cyber modem would be directly tied into her nervous system. The next target, Buzzkill, male Maelstrom member with many cybernetics as well. Works as an enforcer for the Maelstrom gang and is very strong. Built like a brick house. However, his right cybernetic arm and hand had built-in rippers to use in a fight. odds of survival are above 90% unless the target is rendered dead upon extraction. This member is said to be near cyberpsychosis. Approach with caution. Ivana, female ex-military security specialist, now works as bodyguard for Ripperdoc. Her piece is the left arm, outfitted with hydraulic rams for the most powerful punches. Survival after removal is very much above 85%, even if she puts up a fight. Sawyer, male black market corpse carrier and street chemist that peddles drugs onto the streets of all kinds. Sawyer has the cybernetic eye module with the ultraviolet and infrared options that needs to be collected. Death rate to retrieve these items is 100%, as it will shock his nervous system, most likely to remove them regardless how good the condition he is in at the time of the extraction. And Skiv, male rogue netrunner with the knack of basically hacking and retrieving information. His interface plugs are needed, along with the neural processor. This surgery will cause him great pain and death, possibly both being among the highest in pain level and length of time. Pain first, death second. Removing the neural processor might lead to death depending on what condition he is left in. After that, you extract the data chip, and they said, well, the doctor looks at you and goes, the job is 1,000 euro dollars per cyberlim you bring to me. You bring them all within 24 hours, there's going to be additional bonuses for you. More than one bonus, 2 of them. You don't finish within 24 hours, one bonus goes away. You don't finish it within 48 hours, another one goes away. You will be paid upon arrival by the 3rd day and beyond. However, if you retrieve any cyberlimbs regardless after day 3, you will be paid either way.
Okay, I just have one question while we're all gathered here today.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know where we could obtain some good anesthesia?
Well, you could buy some from me.
How much we talking?
Well, let's find out, actually.
Is it localized, oral, drip? How does it be administered?
Hang on.
What am I working with here, Doc? This is all I need to know.
Hang on just a minute. I have to figure it out.
Oh, I know. I'm just in character. I'm sticking with the character.
Okay, fair enough. All right. It's going to be €100 per dose. And I've got some strong stuff right here. This is constantly used for cyberware installation, emergency surgery, and field operations. I do also have a easy injectable, and then I do have the street version called Knockout. Depending on the quality, about 50 to 200 per. Also known as Ghost Milk, Sleep Meat, or Crash Dose. Which one you want?
I just slide him 500 eddies. I think quality beats quantity, Doc.
Here's the general dose. The person will be unconscious for a number of minutes. It varies from person to person. So it's a minimum of 2 minutes plus a 1d10. So each one is going to be different.
Okay. Well, I turn ball on my heels and start whistling. Think like the Raggedy Ann theme song, like something from an old data terminal.
Nice.
And just turn and look at the guys like, you coming or?
Heck yeah. Let's go. Ready, Jackson?
I guess.
All right. So you guys get in. You guys do have each. The data chip did have all the information of where their whereabouts would be. Trix and Buzzkill will be in the same location at the Maelstrom's Den. So as your first set of targets, it's roughly about. We're gonna say it's roughly gonna be about 1 o'clock in the morning. You find yourself in the old dog town of Night City. There is a collapsed building. The Maelstrom has turned this building into a hangout. You can tell because the Maelstrom symbol is painted all over the door. However, currently it is eerily quiet. The power grid flickers here, given just enough juice to run a few relic machines. Everything smells of blood, sweat, and cheap synth alcohol. There's a graffiti that screams of a slogans. Cut flesh, find freedom. Find yourself outside the building. What do you guys do?
Look around, see if there's anyone suspicious that we have to worry about.
So old downtown of Night City. I said Dogtown, which that sounds pretty cool. Essentially, I think that is kind of like around this area here. You're near the combat zone, but not quite. There's a lot of suspicious characters. Let me see what your encounter would be outside. See if we generate a random encounter for you. %. That is good enough for me. I'm gonna roll again and see which kind of encounter we're gonna see this late. 40%. All right. So let me pull up my encounter list because I do have one of those. Let's see here. Night City. Nope. Where are you? Friday Night Firefight. Here we go. Okay. Maybe it's a Night City Encounters, actually. Here we go. Oh, yep, here we go. So we've got daytime encounters, evening encounters. Is there midnight? This would be after midnight encounters. There we go. So 40%. Okay, so you actually spot gangs. You spot 5 low-level street punks. And they have a symbol on them, and you guys recognize it as the Crazy Chicken Booster Gang.
Interesting.
They are basically looking around for some possible. They are looking around for some possible people. Give me a. Let me see here. And they do spot you guys. They're looking for lacers or any other possible sources ready for cash, and you're it. They like your car.
How many are there?
There's 5 of them.
Okay.
What do you guys do as they're approaching you? They look like they have 45 automatics. You do see some knives, but you don't know what kind of cyberware they're packing.
I'm just going to walk up and sort of lean to like the big dick looking of the group. I'm just going to lean over the hood of the car and be like, yeah, eyeballing the baby here, man.
We're eyeballing something there, something there, Junior. So, what do you think? What are you thinking?
Oh, bro, what am I thinking? And I reach and I just pop the hood. I show him. I start talking about the engine specs. I'm like, look at this sick fuel injection system here, man. I'm like, so, I know you want it. I gave you the specs. What can you do with it?
Well, first we're gonna take it from you guys, and we're gonna take it for our own cash, and you guys are gonna be left here to die.
And Jackson just simply reaches up and shoots the guy right in the middle of the head.
Really? I like that. Give me, sir, and it's gonna be at point blank range. What are you shooting with? Are you shooting with the Militech Avenger or your Kalashnikov?
Well, since I have the rifle out, I'm gonna shoot him with the rifle.
All right, point blank range.
And also, can I ask, is there anyone behind him that could also get hit too?
We'll see what you roll.
Okay.
Kalashnikov rate of fire is 25, so you get to roll. You get to roll 2 d10s.
I think. Can I?
You roll 1 first, and then you roll 1 second. And let me see what.
So, okay. So I'm just looking in here close. I'm gonna try and see if I can get this a little wide and out so I can see. No, darn. You said close range or point blank range.
About that, yeah. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna pull up my I made a secret spreadsheet to where even with the bullets, rate of fire, and recoil, I actually made a sheet that will actually do something similar for all bullets. It's different. Trust me. So I did point blank range will be 10 or better. Let's see, your attribute for using it should be your rifle, which is 5. So that would be your skill. Your attribute is reflex, so that's an 8. Damn, dude. You're like right now. Okay, and then -1 for it all.
I'm gonna just shoot
-1 is your
random
accuracy.
stuff.
Hang on. Let's see where these bullets fly, because you're gonna shoot. All right. You can do a controlled shot, or you can do a full auto and just shoot like 25 bullets at these people. I recommend probably doing that to see if you can maximize your damage.
Okay, fine. I'll do that.
All right. All right. Go ahead and give me a D10 roll.
Okay. So aiming, do 0.
Yeah, aiming do 0. Or you can
Okay.
just roll a D10 because I got the sheet up regardless. I don't know if it's gonna work because the stuff here in Foundry has actually died out as Foundry's been kind of like upgraded, and like this system here, I only use it for the information and the character creation because I think it's not being updated as we speak.
Yeah, I just kind of did a quick thing and it didn't do anything. So you
Right.
said 2d10?
Yep, roll 1d10, but twice, 2 separate times. Yeah, just roll 2d10. I'll add it.
So 2 forward slash.
Yep, /R 2d10 space 2d10. Yep.
Fine. Oh, there it is.
Dude,
In character.
your minimum right now total is a 3 before the roll.
In character, after this happens, the guy just looks at Chris's character. Wow, you're motivated like a true credit hound, aren't you?
Dear Lord.
Oh boy. So 2 /R d10
Yes.
and a space between the R and D.
Yep.
Okay, it's been a while since I've used this one. Nope.
/ /R space 2d10.
Yeah.
No. It's /R space 2d10.
Yeah, number dice
Like that.
amount.
You're doing the 2 /R. I don't know why you're doing that.
He's tired.
Okay. So
Well, we've been out of the loop for that long too.
it's R /
No. /R space 2d10.
Dice value, number of polygons.
yeah. It's been so
There we
long.
go. Yeah, there we go. All right, so we got a 3 on one and a 7 on the other. All right, Chris, you get to roll, and then give me one more roll for the 5. One more 1d10 roll.
Oh, just 1 d10.
Mm-hmm. You've got 6 bullets that hit, and then a 1. Oh, your gun jammed. So you managed to only get 20. So out of 25 bullets, that's an auto fail. So out of 25 bullets, 5 missed. Well, more than 5 missed. You actually hit 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. You hit 15 times. Roll 15d. What is your roll? Well, you're only going to roll damage once. So you need to roll 6d6 plus 2. That's going to be damage for all of them.
So 6d6.
Yep, 6d6 plus 2. You managed to actually, it's going to be, so there's 5, we're going to split that, like, what is it, 15? You're going to split that among 3 bullets per person. And they receive 26 points of damage per person. You flatline them. So all of a sudden you get out and they look at you and you just aimed and you just point blank fired at all of them.
Any problems
And
now?
you flatlined each one. They're all dead.
I know. I just do that. I'm just like, well, any problems now?
No, I think that pretty much killed them all. That was easy. You're a badass.
And Jackson just walks over, starts digging through their pockets.
They've got some cyberware. But maybe
Do they have? Yes, I was going to say. Any cyberware we're looking for?
Any, you're looking for euro dollars on them? Well, let's see if they have any.
Well, I was gonna say any euro dollars, bullets, weapons, anything. Any cyberware that we need.
All they carry is a 40.
Off of them anyway.
Oh my god, guys, that's gonna take some time. Guys, let's not worry about them. They're low grade. Let's get the high grade and the more money. And by the way, they're looking for cash, so they have no money on them.
Well, then after this experience, I'm at least going to take a pistol from one of them or something.
Let's see.
We can at least take off what we can and sell it to the old man.
Could. Let me see here. Human perception, they don't have. Empathy roll. 8. 9. Nope. Okay. Alright. So as you guys are looking through, you guys noticed, you guys start hearing the doors are jingling, like someone's locking them.
Where we need to go, their doors are shutting and locking.
Yep.
Well, I turn to Rex and just kind of nod my head towards the door. You want to say open sesame?
I'm just going to take a moment, and I'm going to lean up, covered in blood with the silhouette of my body around the hood of this car now, and just kind of cross my arms and be like, no! Fucking, you going to do this every time I try to do something? You're going to get trigger happy and splatter the neighborhood a new different color? What's going to stop you from being a little crack in that door and you start shooting my brains off now?
What's going to stop me from shooting you now is you doing your job, your choice.
I was doing my job. I was keeping the area quiet and us safe, and then you fired this gun off and alerted everybody.
And
hey
they were going to kill you.
Guys, we have a job to do. Okay, we have a job to do, and we just did it outside this Maelstrom base. Now we gotta get in there and get after these before they call their friends. And
I'll do that.
I don't think we can handle an entire Maelstrom gang fight war. It's just three of us.
I'm already walking to the thing, but as I'm walking to the thing, I just pat him on the shoulder and be like, I'm gonna fix your gun, Chief, before you don't have enough lead to fire off tonight with your boyfriend. And I start cracking the door.
Oh my god, seriously? If he's gonna keep making that joke, I'm gonna have you shoot him. And then we'll just split it 50-50. Alright, so you try to open up the door, and the door is not budging.
And meanwhile, I'll be working to unjam my gun.
Oh yeah, that's right. Hey. The gun jammed down that last rounds of bullets that you released. You emptied out a clip. So I gotta keep track of that. You got one clip you gotta buy let me get this out. You gotta buy yourself one clip when you can get a second, because if you don't, you're not gonna have any more bullets. So I'm gonna say you automatically got clips on you, and we'll take it out of your money at the end of the game.
And what a gun did I loot from one of those guys, by the way? Like a little pistol or something?
It's honestly just an automatic. I believe it's an automatic 45. Let me check for you.
Right.
Yeah, 45 automatics. That's all they're carrying. 45 automatics and knives. They're very limited on the cyberware. As they're kind of a booster gang. They're very low level.
The sheet right now, it looks like I can't edit the sheet right now, so I'll let you. I guess
later. Hang on. I'm making a sheet right now of a loot list of what you guys can pull off of them.
And none of them have any 5.56.
No.
Darn.
Oh shit! Look at that. The door is locked. Oh, who'd have figured? Gunfire went off. Hey, I'm gonna try this other way of getting in, maybe interfacing it with it. But before I get too technical, waste more time. You want to try to intimidate it open? You think that might work?
Uh, really intimidated? Yeah.
No. Oh,
That
that's
was
right. You're
sarcasm,
correct.
by the way.
Yeah, so was mine. Mine was straight sarcasm.
I think we should. Anyone else got any explosives? We could blast it open.
Sadly, no.
Well, sad thing is, we'll just have to use the car. See if we can break it down at high speed.
Well, there's no way for me to interface with it. Okay.
No, the door is completely. The door is locked from the inside, and it's literally just a steel door. There's no electronic security.
Okay, fine. But if we're using the car, then there's only one way to do it. And I start stuffing the bodies on the dashboard.
Oh my god! Wow! Are we inside the car as you're doing that?
Oh, if you're getting in the car, yeah, you're getting. I don't see the need for all of us loading in the car, but I was going to put the bodies in there.
Jackson's just kind of taking a couple steps back.
Okay, so I'm just loading all these guys' bodies into the car, and then I'm just going to hide behind their bodies so they form like a meat wall. When I smash into it, I'm in there safe.
Jackson, why don't you get in the passenger seat? I'll ride, bitch.
Jackson just pulls out his knife and says, "You dare come near me to get me in that vehicle, and you will be
Lord.
one of those bodies."
We
All
have to get in the vehicle. I just figure since you wanted the passenger seat, I'll give it to you.
Hang on, boss. Just hear me out. Hear me out. Both of you.
In.
Both of you, pause. If I go through that door, I will be inside of a car full of bodies. They will be confused. I will have room to access their system, while you guys could take advantage of the confusion with the now gaping hole in the wall. Think like a Roman beachhead.
Good
You don't need
point.
to be with the beachhead, but I will make the entrance. So you can remain safe, while I will remain smelly with these laden meat sacks, which is like quite ironic compared to the fact I've been telling you no all night. But let's get the meat sacks going and let me get rolling.
All right.
Why is
Chris.
it that he's the type that wants to get with the dead bodies?
I don't know, but let's just let him do it. We'll just go in, like he said. We don't get in the car with him. By the way, Chris, I need you to roll. Jackson needs to give me a weaponsmith roll to unjam the gun.
I am going to sit one of the guys propped up on my lap so it looks like they're driving.
9.
Oh, it is not unjammed. As he's getting ready to ram it, you're going to have to roll it again or use a different weapon.
Roll again.
Yep. 15, that's better. You're going to unjam it, but it's going to be a minute before you enter battle with it. All right. I need a driving skill roll to see if you successfully ram into that with enough speed.
Okay. And so all I'm saying is just so we have the proper mental image. We have the car. We have one body laid across the dashboard, so its back and feet are stretched long ways, mirror to mirror. Each of the other bodies are sit propped up like they're passengers, and I'm sitting underneath one of them, like it is driving the steering wheel. Like it is perfectly on top of me.
Okay,
but
so this mental image is completely fucking like insane. But yes, now that is implanted in everyone's brain,
and don't forget, you have blood and whatnot leaking all over.
And that is what is they're going to see roll into their building before they realize what the fuck's happening. I just wanted to paint that for all of you to understand. Okay, what's driving skill?
It's gonna be reflex. You don't have driving skill, so it's gonna be reflex.
Okay. Ready for the one? Here it goes, guys. This is the ultimate failure. Called it.
Oh, shit. So you back the car up, and you go, and you don't know what happened, but the car sideswiped, and you ran it into a pole.
Okay, Jackson just walks up, he opens up the door, he pulls him out, and he gets in himself.
The car is totaled.
Oh.
Yeah, he totaled the car. The airbags didn't even deploy.
Imagine being the guy watching all this on like a nearby security camera. Did I just watch?
I'm gonna tell you this right now. They were given enough time to evacuate. Let's see if let's see if the evacuation sequence was even any good. Let's see here. Oh god, do we have a running skill in this game? Oh my god. All this fucking around and planning, and two of the targets are gonna get away. Um, for this, I'm gonna make it a stealth roll to see if they sneak out. If there's a back door. Yep, stealth plus reflex. See tricks.
Can I notice?
Doesn't you can try and notice. Well, that's gonna be kind of hard because you guys have been making a lot of noise. But let's just say, for instance, I may allow it to happen. But give me just a moment. I have to get you the rolls. All right, 15. All right. So, all right, what do you get, Chris? 18. So as that was going on and Vince was basically helping out, you noticed that two people were sneaking out the side door. And one has basically a neon pink mohawk that can be easily seen at night. Both eyes are augmented, cyber arms and hands. She looks like she's jittery from basically some sort of drug addiction. The person that came out after her is a towering brute of a heavily augmented, basically a heavily augmented person. And from what you can see, the cybernetic arm, there's, he has a cybernetic arm in hand. God knows what he's concealing underneath of it. They're basically evacuating. What do you do? And by the way, you just jammed your gun. I'm going to say this. I technically should have given you a penalty for that because technically you should have been able to do, if you want to do more than one task, you should have received that as a secondary penalty check, but I'm not going to do that this round.
Okay, well, obviously I look over, see them. We don't need anyone to stay alive, do we? No?
No, you just got to have the cybernetics intact.
Okay, I shoot them.
All right. Well,
Take aim, fire.
All right, well, before you do that, it's going to be initiative roll. Sir, that's how that works. So, I'm going to tell you how initiative works. It's literally 1d10 plus your reflex. Now, Chris, you have two things that play into your favor. You have the Kerensikoff Boosterware 1, which means you add 1 to your roll. You also have Combat Sense, which I rolled for you. I'm sorry, you could have just rolled that. That does not count. You also have Combat Sense, which goes with your reflex. All right? So if you actually successfully roll that, I believe you gain the initiative for 5 turns. Actually, I'm going to double check that. Make sure that is exactly true. I don't know if that's it. Or if you just roll that with your initiative. All right, so Combat Sense. This is the ability based on Solo's constant training and professionalism. Combat Sense allows the Solo to perceive danger, notice traps, and have an almost unearthly ability to avoid harm. Your Combat Sense gives you a bonus on both your awareness skill and your initiative equal to your level in Combat Sense. Okay, so when you roll initiative, you roll Combat Sense, Reflex, and then add 1 to it for your boost aware. So go ahead and roll that now.
So you said Combat Sense?
Yes.
So roll that.
Mm-hmm. All right, so that counts for it all. So you got 13, but it doesn't add your I don't think it adds your reflex. It does not. So, no. All right. So you don't need to roll your. That was
tails.
Never mind. Yeah, that confused me. So all you got to do is add 8 to your reflex, and then plus 1. So 8 to that is 21, 22. So you got a 22 on your initiative. And let me get turn orders down here. And Tails got a fucking 10. All right.
Woo-hoo.
And let's see here. I'm going to roll for Vince. Vince has received... Well, Vince has received a 13. And then let me get the other two. I gotta check their hardware out too. Buzzkill has also the Kerensnikov boosterware, and so he adds 1 to that. Nine and 10. So Buzzkill has a 10. But because he has the boosterware, and I don't think Rex does. He does not. He does not. He goes first before. So right now we've got 1, 2. Buzzkill is 3. Unless Trix gets something higher than him, and she doesn't. So, that's good that I actually already wrote that down. Alright, so Trix has a 7. And let's see, does she have... I'll have to see what tactile boost is, but it doesn't look like... Alright. So it looks like she's going to be last in line regardless. But let me check one more thing real quick, and we should be good to fight this out. So, I just gotta... Where the fuck is it? Oh, there we go. There we go. Increase the sensitivity. Oh, that's just touch, so that's fine. Alright. So, 4 and 5 is going to be Trix. Alright. 3 against 2. Here we go. Okay, so let's go, everybody. All right, Chris, you get first shot. What do you do?
Fire the rifle.
All right, give me. All right, so I've still got your previous rolls in here. So go ahead and give me 3d10 rolls. And they're not at point blank, so I got to change it. I'm going to change it. Like, they're not at long range. They're kind of just above point blank. So I'm going to change the value of the target number that you'll need.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Let's see what we got here. 14 altogether. So we got 7 on one. We've got 4 on the other. And we've got 3 on the other. All right. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. So 8 bullets. Are you aiming just at one person, or are you aiming at 2?
I'm gonna aim for the guy.
The guy? Okay. All right, so you need to give me damage, and this is going to count for all 8 bullets.
Okay. How many? Or what do I need to roll again?
I believe if you're using the rifle, 66 plus 2. All right. 23 points of damage, and we need to see where it hits at. So give me a 1d10. Just plain 1d10. A 1. Oh, that's a headshot! Which also counts, I believe, as double damage. So let's see here.
Is it possible that the girl is in front of him?
She's more or less beside him, not really in front, because it's like looking down a sideway, so no. Let's see here. Give me just a hot second.
Darn, she couldn't have taken off just a little bit ahead of him?
No. -4. So only he absorbs 4 points of that damage. So we've got 4, 8, 16, 17, 18, and 19. Okay. I got to make a quick roll because we are at Mortal 0 for him. Because unfortunately, these guys are kind of like boss levels. So they're not going to be... It's not going to be like... They're not going to drop like the other guys did. The other guys, that whole other situation had nothing to do with... shit. What am I trying to say here? Has nothing to do
with these guys.
Right, basically.
They
They weren't part of the story.
They were at the wrong place, wrong time.
Pretty much. Alright, so he's got to roll both the stun, and I think if we go into mortal wounds, they got to roll a death save too. Alright, so the stun save is equal to the character's body type, so I've got to roll minus the penalty based on his current wound level. So 10 minus 3, I got to roll 7 or lower for his stun. And then, let's see here, we'll roll a value of 1d10 equal to or lower than your character's body type score, subtracting the level severity. Mortal wounds are rated from 0 to 8. So, if very strong, takes 4, he needs to roll 6 or lower to stay alive. Okay. Oh, no. So, for the stun save, I have to roll... yeah, 7, like lower than a 7, and for the death save, I have to roll lower than, I think that is also 7. Oh no. Oh yeah, yep. Oh, that is also lower than a 7. God damn it.
Troubles.
Something like that. Well, I'm also trying to remember the rules. It's kind of hard. Determine whether he survives requires a death save be made with a new save required every turn that the character remains. Like the stun save, a death save requires that you roll a value equal to or lower than the body type score, subtracting the level of severity for the wounds, which is from 0 to 8. Okay. Horgan is very strong and takes mortal 4 wound. He must roll lower than 10 minus 4 equals to 6 to stay alive. Oh, that's only for stun for that one. So I have mortal wound 0, so I can roll lower than 10 or lower to stay alive. So here's my stun save. 6, I'm lower than 7. Here's my death save. I rolled a 10. So that's good. All right. So he is still up, and he took a headshot, and he's kind of like the Terminator. You see, like, his skin is hanging, but he's just a fucking brute. So he survived all of that. All right, so next in line is going to be Vince. He's kind of like at a range. He only has a melee, so he's going to take a moment to actually draw out his Kadachi Monokatana. And he's going to just run up to Trix and see if he can just slice and dice her a little bit. So since he's also doing that, it's pretty much going to use up his turn. Let's see here. He is going to try and roll a melee. And since he's rushing, I'm going to make it a little bit harder. So 7 plus 4. No, 7 plus 8, actually. So I got a 15. 18. So he goes up, and as he's running, like, Trix can see him coming, and she manages to dodge, like, ducks under his blade as he tries to swipe at her head. So that was his turn. Next is going to be Buzzkill. He's going to draw out his Budget Arms Auto 3. Woohoo, right, and he's going to aim right at Chris. But he's not going to take time to aim. He gets to roll 2 shots. And let's see what we got here. So Chris, his first roll, so it's got to be 15 or better. Let's see here. This is going to be a handgun. So 6. Well, oh damn, He misses. That bullet misses. And that bullet misses. He fires, but it looks like he's aiming above your head, and you see the bullets like zip past your head, firing. Next in line is going to be Rex. Rex, what are you doing? Are you still in the car?
I think if he has an opening, he's just gonna spray and pray towards the crowd that's running.
At what point did you crawl out of the car after you hit the pole?
If he has an opening from the angle.
Okay.
Where is that?
It's kind of hard because you got a body laying on you. I'm gonna give it a little bit harder of a roll. Let's see what you got. You got a little bit of an opening.
All right. What do I roll here?
You're gonna roll. What do you got? Like, what kind of gun do you have?
The 45 I picked up off the dude. That's all I got.
Really, you didn't buy no guns? You did
We didn't
not
get
buy
out
no
of the
guns.
discussion, I guess.
All right. Just give me a handgun roll, which you also don't have. So it's just gonna be a reflex roll. So, yeah. Ooh,
Wow.
23. I'm taking it. I am taking it. You shoot. You're gonna shoot one bullet at someone, and it's gonna be just a 1d6. And let's see what you hit. So roll a 1d6.
All right.
Who's got the worst luck here? Luck for Buzzkill's a 1,
2.
and luck for Tricks is a 1. Oh, they do.
2.
2, and let's see here. You're gonna hit Buzzkill. So let's see where you're gonna hit at. Roll a 1d10.
All right, 1d10. 2.
All right, you actually hit his torso. Unfortunately, his torso just absorbed it. It's almost like the bullet bounced off of him.
Damn.
Wonderful.
Yep. So no phase there. All right, moving on to Trix. It is her turn. She is definitely going to try and waste Vince since he's in close range. This almost counts as point blank. She's got a -1. This is a budget arms C13, basically light semi-automatic pistol. So she doesn't have handgun, so she gets to roll her reflex. 10 or better. Oh, she got a 10. She's got a 15. She got a 21. So yeah, she totally hit Vince. And Vince is gonna get hit right in his torso. She gets the actually let's see how many rounds does she get? She gets 2, so she gets to roll again. And that is going to be also a 10. So yep, I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take this twice. Jesus Christ Almighty. I take 2 points of damage right to my chest. Bam, bam. The bullets barely. You guys watch him as he took it, but it seems like I'm not. Am I wearing any? I am not wearing any armor. But it seems like somehow she still managed to graze him. All right, it is Jackson's turn.
Fire again.
Fire again. All right. Go ahead and open fire. You're still at medium range, so 15 or better. Let's see what you got. Give me 3D for 25 bullets. Give me 3d10s.
Okay, this time I'm gonna use my other method of rolling.
Okay. I don't know. I think you've had pretty good, decent rolls so far.
9.
9. Got it. What's the next one?
Yeah, 2.
All right. And the next one.
And 1.
Your gun jammed on that next round. So you only got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 bullets went into him. Go ahead and give me 66 plus 2 roll.
66.
Yep. Plus 2.
Mm-hmm. Fudge. Dang, my pencil just broke.
Oh, that's lame.
Huh?
I said that's lame. Pencil just breaks in the middle of the game. Seriously?
It's a mechanical pencil.
All right. Come on, give me damage, man.
Yeah, hold on.
I'm trying to, but the suspense is killing me. He's gonna, you know.
He's Rex from Toy Story now. It's a what? It's a what is it?
21.
21. Oh, 21 points of damage. Okay, and real quick, sir. Go ahead and give me a 1d10 roll.
A 1d10?
Mm-hmm.
6.
Well, you shot him in the left arm. And it looks like his whatever he's wearing, those bullets all bounced off of him. He took no additional points of damage. But you shredded his armor. It looks really, really bad, and he does have exposed, like, it is now exposing his limb, but his limb has taken no additional damage. All right, so it is Vince's turn, who's going to try and attack this bitch again. Because he got shot. Alright. So 7, 14, and ooh, yes, I definitely made it. I got it. 22. I basically slash her with my Kadachi Mono-Katana, which is 4d6 worth of damage. And that is 6, 12, 17, 18 points to her. Number 7. 17 points to her left leg. Oh, damn. And her body type is 0. So she took the full 17 points. Her leg is severed right now. So 4, 8, 12, 16, 17. And she's already at Mortal 1. Woo! Alright, so let me see here. For her... Alright, so we gotta do a death save. So her body type... Oh, she's dead. She's dead because her body... It's gonna be her body type minus Mortal 1. That's a 0. She can't roll it. So Trix, her leg got severed, and she began bleeding out, screaming. Well, hang on. Let me roll a d6 to see how she does it. Let's see. We got some Hollywood effects overreacting before she dies.
The body type is dead. Yeah.
Yep.
Oh,
So number 6, she slumps to the ground moaning, and blood squirts out the leg that Vince takes out. And Buzzkill sees it as he's point blank, and he is pissed off. It's currently his turn. So instead of shooting at Jackson, he's going to take a minute and shoot at me. -1 there. Handgun 4. Reflex 2, so 6, 5.
But I was imagining, like, Blade Runner, that blonde chick, when she gets shot in the back and she just spasms on the floor for, like, 5 minutes straight.
That's exactly what it was. Oh, he rolled a 10, so 1 bullet hits me. 16 plus 6, that's 22, so 1 bullet hits me. And I believe that's 2 bullets he gets to have. It is. Oh, and the second one jams. Alright, so he at least gets me for 3d6 points of damage. Right to my number 3 spot, which is my torso. Oh, wait. Yep, torso. And I have no fucking armor. So 3d6 to my torso. I take 6, 12 damage. Oh, I forgot to add my body type for the last one. Hang on. Oh, 2. I would have absorbed that completely. That's why it was light. So 12 minus 2, 10 points of damage. So 4, 8, 9, and 10. All right, I got to roll a stun save because I have absorbed critical. So my stun save is going to be my body top modifier minus 2. So I got to roll 3 or lower. If not, I'm gonna pass out. I rolled a 10. As soon as I got shot twice right in my torso, again, I have fallen to the ground and I've passed out. I am currently out of the battle. All
That's
right.
a buzzkill.
Yeah. Rexit, it's your turn.
I guess I'm just gonna resume the spray and pray because that's what all I got at the moment.
Okay, go
Unless
ahead.
there's something I can interface with or like shoot at them. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep.
Nothing that you can see right now. It's very low tech in this area.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna throw my guns in the air and pump. I just throw 17 with a 10.
Oh yeah, you know what? I'm gonna say technically I'm gonna say that's a miss, but I'm gonna say you got lucky. So go ahead and give me a 1d6 roll. 6. And give me a 1d10 roll.
9.
9.
Oh, that's his left leg. Well, he takes 2 points of damage to his left leg, and he takes it fully because, well, even though you rolled a 6, his body type modifier is a 4, so he's a tough motherfucker. All right, so now he's at mortal 1. So I have to roll a basic save, so 9 or lower. I got a 5, so he's not dead. Steroids. And now it's time for my stun save, which is at mortal 1. It's that would be a -4 to my stun, so I got to roll 6 or lower. And I got a 9. So he actually like slumps over. You know what? I'm just gonna do this. So he basically clutches the wound and staggers and falls to the ground, passing out.
So he's out.
He's out. He's unconscious for at least 4 hours. One's dead and one's out, so you guys can extract the cybernetics that you guys need.
Jackson walks up. He walks up to point blank, aims his Militech and fires into the guy's head.
Oh well, he's dead. You couldn't just extract the basic stuff like it said in the data. Extraction is imminent. Well, now he's also cyberpsychosis. God, that guy was hard. All right, so for tricks, you need her left cyber arm with the tool hand and the cyber modem intact, and with Buzzkill, you need his right cybernetic arm and hand, which had built-in rippers to use to fight, which he didn't use. He tried the gun at the long range.
Will my cyber tech come in handy with extracting these things?
Cyber tech is for repair. Extraction would be like surgery skill or first aid. First aid is actually not even meant to use that too, so I'm gonna say no.
And then I'll apply first aid onto Vince.
All right. All right. Well,
you got
let's
high
start.
Intelligence of tech. I could try with the idea.
So surgery would be for that. Hang on, let me see here. Intelligence. Here we go. Diagnose illness would be intelligence. Education, general knowledge. First aid is also intelligence, I'm assuming. Let me see here. Chris, let's start with Jackson applying first aid, which is a tech thing. Surgery would be mostly for med techs, which you guys don't have that skill, so you guys are gonna have to make that roll with a straight medical tech. It's gonna be with a straight intelligence roll.
Well, right now I do have a first aid.
Yeah. Apply first aid to. 14. With his wounds being barely critical, I would say that passes. And Tails. Oh, shit. Well, unfortunately, I am making this kind of hard. You managed to extract while he was applying first aid, and Vince manages to wake up. You managed to extract the arm, both arms from them, but it was definitely a dirty job. A very dirty job. Possible you damaged the cyber limbs. Very possible, but you're for sure. You can use Cybertech to see if they're damaged.
Yeah. We'll do that. 12.
Ooh, damn. All right. What? So you don't know if they're damaged. You do not know.
Okay.
All
I
right.
see. Right there was a skill I could have rolled right before Chris just had to go and blow someone's brains out. Persuasion and fast talk.
So, all right.
Yeah,
Well, you guys get
more direct approach is better.
all right. So you guys managed to get the 2 parts. Vince is awake but groggy as shit. It's currently roughly about 2:30 a.m. in the morning. You still have like 3 more targets left to do. The next location is not far from your current location, but it's in South Night City, which means it's in the combat zone. However, the question is how do you get there within enough time before the sun rises? Or, like, you can still do this crap during the sun being up, but it's just a lot harder. So, do you guys try to acquire a new vehicle?
Grand Theft Auto was going to be my next step, yeah.
Give me, I'm going to make this a little bit hard, but I am going to need a luck roll from one or all of you.
Okay.
I'm willing to do it once
Not
from...
me.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Let me roll my luck. I got a 4 plus a 4 and 8. Okay. There's no vehicle within sight. So looks like we're walking. Let me check here. Let's take a quick break. Let's take a quick break so that way I can formulate what's going to happen next. And if you guys want, are we still good with keep going?
Yeah, I used to go in and get my phone charger.
Not a problem. Let's go do that real quick, and we'll be right back right after these messages.
So, 10?
5 minutes. 6
Okay.
minutes. All right, everybody, welcome back. Okay, so we just finished beating the shit out of 2 Maelstrom people, while also getting the shit. Well, some of us got the shit beat out of us hardcore. First aid doesn't really heal anybody, but it does stabilize them and make sure that they're okay, and closes up their wounds and stops them from bleeding out. So unfortunately, my wounds are not healed up, so I'm doing this. I'm doing this hardcore style. I've got critical wounds going, so I'm probably not going to be running into battle anytime soon. Alright, so, it's now roughly, we're going to say it's roughly about 4 a.m. in the morning. It's been about an hour and a half since battle. You guys find yourself in the southeast side of Old Night City, now known as the Combat Zone. It's pretty much burned to a husk, and you come to the next location known as St. Mary's Hospital that looms like a corpse in the city's shadow. In its parking lot garage, scavengers have set up a mobile surgery van with grim efficiency. Bright surgical lights flood out of the open doors. Music blares from stacked speakers, lo-fi punk. The constant whine of drills, bone saws, and hiss of anesthesia fills the air. So as you guys appear in there, let's see here. Are you guys gonna sneak up inside this ruined hospital?
Yes.
And how do you do that? Stealth check, right? All right. So that would be, yeah. I don't know why I asked that. All right. So stealth is going to be your reflex. So if you don't have stealth, just roll a straight reflex. They're going to roll a awareness notice to see if anything weird is going on. But no, they're not. I'm going to make this easy for you guys. Not that fucking easy. But easy enough. So Chris, you managed to get in undetected, while Tails basically stepped on a cat's tail. And let's see, Vince is literally probably sitting outside going, what the fuck, I'm in pain. Let's see, does he have stealth? He does not. He's going to try and sneak in. And shit, he does a better job than Tail. Alright, so, yeah, he,
so they don't even do it. So they're just like, oh, did anyone hear a cat scream? No, we're good. Okay.
No. They do hear the cat's tail scream, but they see Rex. They don't see Vince or Jackson. And they go, and so they do appear looking at him. You do see 2 people, both of them your targets. You see Sawyer, like Tom Sawyer. Oh my
Sawyer?
god, Tom
Sawyer.
Yep, there you go, Sawyer. Fuck
Okay.
you. And then Ivana.
So
you do see so Rex, this is what you see. You see a tall, wiring, hollow cybernetic eye, trench coat smells of the antiseptic and rot, pale cybernetic hands, and he has a rasp in his voice as if inhaling smoke and fire. He has a cybernetic arm and tool hand. His name is Sawyer. Then the other girl is athletically built, perfectly poised. She wears regular torn, general chic clothing that everyone has. Left cybernetic eye and a cybernetic arm and hand with the Kadachi Monokatana. Possibly it has more weaponry, but you can't see anything in sight. And her name is Ivana.
okay.
Jackson, you do see the targets as well, but they don't see you, as well as Vince is on the other side. So you guys have spread out.
So I just sort of like you know that thing like in movies where like someone's like they're kind of half sneaking and they get caught. That's literally what my guy is doing. I just look up, and then I just go, "Hi, I'm looking for somewhere to either do business or some people to occupy me to do some really good drugs with, because I myself am I'm sort of an insecure person when it comes to doing my substances, and I get kind of nervous about things, so I have to either like hide or have friends. Like, will you help me? Will you join me?" I rolled a 15.
Yeah, well, Sawyer does look, it's like, well, we can definitely help you out, friend. What kind of drugs are you looking for?
Oh, well, I'm either looking for someone to trade, or buy, or do, and then I hold up like one of the.
Oh, so now you want to do someone?
Anesthesias with like one of them, but like at an angle they couldn't read what's on it, but just enough to see it. Like it is a drug, like this, but more fucking wild.
Okay. What are you looking for trade?
Well, I'm willing to trade two of these wonderful sons of bitches for something that will light up the sky. Maybe a little pain-killing effect. Something you want to party all night, dance all day, fuck like a neon jackrabbit. You know what I'm saying?
May I see one of those?
Yeah, here you go.
So, probably what you didn't really... Alright, so as you give it to him... Give me 1 second. There we go. As you give it to him, he takes a look at it. And... one of those will do. Intelligence. So, 14... 18. Alright. He looks at it and says... You guys think you think I don't know the chemical mixture? This ain't gonna get you high. I mean, it might, but it's just general anesthesia made for surgery.
Yeah, but you can trade it to people. Anybody will trade that for another thing. One man's toxic sludge is another man's potpourri.
Okay, so
why would I need that?
Well, I mean, I have plenty of that, but if you want to trade it for something, what would you like?
Ooh, okay. Do you have like the cool bag to look in to see? Like, do you have like what do you got for wares? Tell me. And I started kind of scratching my arm.
He's like, well, I'm kind of a ripper doc, so we do have some other stuff here. We do have some some small cybernetic limbs, but not as much as what they have at the rival hospital van across the way, which has been rivaling my area for quite some time. Let's see here. Ivana's going to roll an awareness notice roll. Because she doesn't quite feel that you're telling the truth, but she doesn't know. She doesn't have... she does have awareness notice, so... let's see. Intelligence. Okay, so 11.
So is it just the two of them out?
19. Yeah, it's just two of them.
Here goes the murder hobo.
Can I... So, where is she positioned compared to him?
She's just off to the side a little bit. She doesn't stay close to the doctor.
And so, is she anywhere near me?
She's not close. It would be long range, so you'd have to score at least a 20 or better.
Okay.
For your rifle, though, I think your rifle has a decent enough range to where it would count as just, regular range. It'd probably be 15 or better, because if you use your rifle.
Do I have enough streetwise to recognize some of the stuff in the bag?
Oh, yeah. You recognize it could be, some of it's, morphine, and some additional stuff, so, yeah.
So, just curious, do we need to kill them, or do they need to stay alive?
You don't need... I can't really answer that question, because that's, metagame question. You might be able to reason with it. I mean, if you think about it...
I step out aiming my rifle at the girl, and I intimidate and just say, well, you're going to give us what we want, and then you're also patch up my friend over who's not doing so well right now.
And then I'm going to continue doing with what I was going to do and roll the sticker with one of the syringes while she was in the bag. But not now with him distracting her. I'm going to stick her definitely now.
You're next to Sawyer, and Sawyer's not near the girl.
Okay.
You can try and stick it to Sawyer.
Yeah,
he's not paying attention.
Yeah, definitely.
Well, we need the doctor awake. So.
Are you talking to me?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just out of character, we need the doctor awake for him to patch up Vince.
So Vince comes out, and he's no longer wearing his torn shirt, as it was a lot of bullet holes. So I mean, he's coming out shirtless, and Sawyer's like, okay.
And also you'll give him one of your shirts. You'll give him a free shirt.
Oh, okay, guys. I think we can cut a deal here. Nobody has to die.
Well, that's why I'm intimidating and say you do this or else.
Give me an intimidation roll.
12.
12? Alright, so 12 is what I gotta beat. Alright, Sawyer comes down and let's see, is she even... Let's see, cool. Does she have... Nope. It'll be her cool as well. Okay. So she's not intimidated. Ivana's not intimidated at all. Sawyer's like, okay, let's just talk about this. You want something. That's why you guys are here. I'm allowing your friend to go through my drugs because I thought he was here for trade, but whatever you guys want, just tell us. Talk to us like normal human beings.
Look, I'm here for
we can
trade.
figure this out.
I'm a civil man. That moron, he's a gorilla. His brain is a fourth bicep. I'm just here looking for drugs, bro. So you can keep those two. You can even stick yourself if it helps you escape the trauma of this experience. But I'm going to take something good for fair business because I believe in that. And you have a good day. And I take just some of the hallucinogenics and painkillers and just pack them in
You'll
my pocket.
also be fixing up a friend of ours as well.
Okay. What do you want in return? You're here to... You want something from me, so what do you want? Just say it.
Anything that is anything in the range of cyberware that you have.
That is okay. Time out for just 5 seconds. That is cryptic as fuck. Okay, I'm just gonna say that right now. Anything in the range of cyberware. I just want to let you guys know. If you guys remember the target list, let's go back to that. You're here for Ivana's left arm that's been outfitted with the hydraulic rams. That's what you want. Because that's part of your deal with Dr. Cutter. And Sawyer's got cyber optic eye modules, one with ultraviolet and infrared. And it says here, it is both eyes.
All right. Well, can you so I can have a list that I can refer to? Can you put that in the chat?
Yeah, I will. I think he's got only one cybernetic eye. I don't know. Let me check here. I can check his. Yep, he only he has 2 cyber optics. So yeah, you definitely want both. I'll put the list in the chat here in a second, but yes, okay, so.
Oh, Red Connie, what did I say? I will say we want your cyber optics, if you have any.
No, you want his personal cyber optics.
His cyber optics.
Okay, then that, yes.
Okay. You're supposed to either kill this man or render him unconscious long enough to take it from him. Okay, so you want my eyes. I think that's a fair... I think we can work something out here. Besides the drugs that your friend just took, I think maybe I can offer you guys a job to help me out with something. I can just downgrade my cyber eyes to other cyber optics so I can see. And is that the only thing you want from us?
It just pop up in front of his face really fast. Yes, do that. Downgrade really fast right now. Let's go. Get the fuck on with it. Have a good night. Love you, sir. So I can slap his cheeks.
The cyber optics, a quick surgery on my friend here to kind of get him into shape, and we'll any knowledge on anyone else that has whatever is left on the list.
Oh, it's the well, that's Ivana's cybernetic arm.
And her arm.
The fuck you ain't getting my arm, motherfucker? She says.
You either give us the arm or we take it by force.
Okay, guys. All right, let's go. How about this? Okay, I'll patch your friend up. You guys can have the drugs for free. I just need, and before I give you my cybernetic eyes, and if I can talk her into removing her arm, I can have the surgery done, safe and cleanly for both of us. I just need you to do a job for me.
Am I close enough to stick her? Just knock Ivana out right now.
Give me a athletics roll if you have it. If not, it'll just be a reflex roll, I think. Let me check. Yep.
12.
She's pretty much aware of you, so that's not gonna work.
Okay.
She keeps you at a distance. And her gun, and she does have a gun drawn on you. She draws a gun and it looks like there's a wire going from a gun to her wrist. So it is a Militech Avenger with Smart Link. So it only works for her. All right, listen here, Chooms. I think we all got to calm down, put the weapons down. Again, you can have your drugs, and you can have your anesthesia back. And he tosses you the anesthesia. I got plenty of that anyway. I'm gonna patch up your
No. And I kicked the anesthesia back to him. This is capitalism. It's fair trade. I'm not a crook.
Oh Lord. Okay, that doesn't exist in Cyberpunk. Okay. Anyway, he's like, okay, you want my eyes and her arm? Just do a job for us real quick. All right. We need you guys. I have a rival van gang that travels like what we do. You got any points that he has a van. He's like, I want you guys to take them out. Kill them all.
Do you know if they have any cyber optics and
Actually,
cyber arm that we can...
Actually, they're inhabiting another part, another version of St. Mary's Hospital, and like this is one section of it. There's a whole nother like department of it, or at least there was when it was up and running years ago. They actually have possibly a cache of a bunch of cybernetics.
I just chime in with, I'm totally down. I'm game to help you, but you drive, and she gets to be your shotgun for lookout while we handle the rest of the job.
Oh no, the job you guys do yourselves, but if you need a vehicle, I can provide you one. As long as this means you don't kill us.
Provide us with a vehicle.
What's to stop you from running?
Fix up Vinny here.
Well,
and
we're in the combat zone. It'd be stupid to leave here on foot. The fact you guys walked through there and didn't have a problem is amazing.
Patch up Vinny here, and give us a vehicle, and if we can get what we need from them, you get to keep your eyes and arm.
Okay. And even if you don't want us to keep them, we will still give them to you as long as you don't kill us.
And also, if I do end up letting you keep your eyes and arm, we get to come to you for any surgical needs.
I think
free of charge.
I don't know about that, but let's put a pin in it. You still get what you need for whatever job you're currently doing. And I can set you up with some contacts.
Well, let's go. Fix them up.
All right. Well, hold on, dude. I have to look up the rules here for healing.
Come on, let's go. Let's go. Come on, let's go.
All right, give me 1 second here.
And I throw a couple of stims at Yvonne and be like, here you go. I said I didn't want all the drugs. You can have some since we're giving them out for free.
All right. So, since you did a first aid roll that was pretty good, Vinny, Mortal 0 and down heals within hours. It says here that 1 point per day, for an example, a light wound would be healed in 4 days. Oh no. It still takes that. So as long as he's taken care of, Sawyer is going to do a medical check. First aid. A light wound would heal in 8 days. Okay, twice as much. He's going to do that, so that way the wounds are going to... He's like, well, your first aid skills are pretty good, but subpar, my friend. Give me 1 second here. Let me see if I can patch him up even more. And he rolled 16... 22. So Vinny's actually feeling a little bit better, and he's been given some painkillers. So he's feeling pretty good right now.
Good.
It's not much, but it's just a little bit of a basic painkiller. Let me see. What would basic painkillers be for? Basic. Oh, someone's got some talking going.
I think that's on your end.
No, that's not mine at all. I'm in a quiet room, bro.
Let me cover the floor vent.
Ah, there you go. Ooh, so for 1 hour, I don't take any penalties from light, but serious and critical I do. So yeah, I'm out of pain for at least a little bit. And he used an auto ejector, so yep, there we go. He's like, all right, guys, I'm feeling pretty good. So what are we doing? We're gonna take on another job while doing another job.
It's the best reaction. Plus, also we get a nice little doctor on the side with some connections if we need it.
I think I will accept that. So, he's gonna hand over his medical van. So hang on 1 second.
I'll drive.
All right, here we go. So, you guys are getting a Zetatech M61 Lifeline emergency van. So, this is what the doctor's got. It currently has, it can hold 1 driver, 1 front passenger, and about 3 in the back.
Okay.
All right. I think this is a good stopping point as you guys load up in the van and you head to the other. Oh, and Jason Fox from 540 Studios is in the chat. Hey, old brother.
Hey, Jace.
Yeah, we're actually getting ready to actually stop it here because we got a lot done, and we're gonna do the side adventure with the main adventure here. So, lots of money to be had. All right, guys, we're gonna stop it there as you guys are heading over to the other St. Mary's hospital that's been run down in the combat zone. I had a lot of fun tonight. Did you guys have any fun?
Oh yeah.
All right, that was very fun for you guys. Okay, cool. I was hoping I wasn't boring the shit out of you guys. A lot more fun with it's got to be a lot more fun with other stuff. So, why is that still up?
The adventure will continue eventually.
Right. Hang on 1 second. I think my Foundry page froze because I just exited out of everything, and it's still showing in the background here.
I mean, I don't see any issues on my end.
Oh no, I meant on YouTube. Because this is what I'm showing here, but I'm seeing something different on my OBS. Yeah, that's weird.
I mean, you do have the 2 different pages.
Yeah, but I flipped it over to the other page. I don't know. It's a thing. All right, we're good there.
Technology.
All right. Yeah. So anyway, Chris, is there anything you'd like to say to our viewers?
Come back for more adventures with the wonderful, incompetent gang here.
Which we will be playing again tomorrow night. So we're gonna do 6 o'clock Eastern time zone. So what about you, Tails? Anything to say to our audience?
Thank you for stopping in. Hope you enjoy some more mischief, mayhem, and miscreants. And I'm glad that Chris spoke for his own character, so I didn't have to.
Very fair enough. Fair enough. And my name is Tabletop Junkie. Thank you for everyone who's tuned in tonight. This was a prepared adventure, so hopefully I can get more of it finished. Now that we got to do the side adventure, this is going to be kind of interesting to see what happens next. Is it another St. Mary's Hospital, or did I mess that up? I have no idea. Oh yeah, this is another section of it. So yep. We are going to have some fun. So catch us tomorrow. And we are going to exit here for now. And you guys have a great night. Thank you. And remember to work hard, play hard, game on, everybody.